Let's see. Time is it? Oh, I can't even say good morning. I am really late with this today. Oh, but that's okay. That's okay because it's been an awesome morning. So it's been a super fantastic, sparkling morning. We got up, we got dressed, we went out, we did our walk. We had a great walk. It was a little weird because there was so many empty sites after seeing the campground packed. There was a lot of empty sites today. And, like I said, I've been saying all week, we've got over 400 RVs leaving today. Some are still going out. They were supposed to be out by 11, and there's still some going out between 10 and 11. There was like a constant stream along the main road out the window here, and Zeffie's basically spent the entire time up there on the dash, although now she's on the couch, watching all these vehicles leaving. And I looked at the clock at one point, and it was like 3 minutes to midday, 3 minutes to 12, and there's still RVs leaving. And I was like, oh my gosh, they're opening the gates in like 3 minutes to allow RVs to come in, and we've already had 2 go past us. So it'll be interesting to see. But what they usually do is they have them go and pull over into this huge parking lot by the pool area, and then they get escorted, and then they have numbers written on their placards, and the placard says what date they're departing, and they have numbers written on the placards, and they will call out the number, and then somebody in a golf cart will come up, show them the areas where there's currently RV sites available, and then escort them over, because with Thousand Trails, it's first come, first served as far as the parking spaces go. So you're not assigned a site, you pick the site. And so they will say, well, look, let's go over here and we'll go check out these ones. See, there's a tow trailer just going past right now. We call them caravans in New Zealand. And so they then get escorted to where they need to go. So we haven't seen a lot of influx right now because we'll have a lot of people who will be up at the pool area, pulled in there, waiting for their number to be called so they can then get escorted to an area where there's multiple sites available. But anyway, that's not what we're here for this morning right now, even though it is a great day to watch and everything else. I just got off a phenomenal training session this morning already. So, and I've got a lot to do today. I've got laundry to go do today. I figured with so many people leaving and arriving that the laundry is a good day to get into the laundry and get things done. So our mindset for today, mindset challenge for the day is fear. Now, if you noticed, it's in capital letters with little periods in between each letter, because we're not talking about fear as in being scared. We're talking about fear as either false evidence appearing real, or my favorite one is face everything and rise. Face everything and rise. So when you think of fear, are you in a state of fear because of something that hasn't happened yet, or something that is happening? And do you have a way that you can turn it around? Turn it around. Oh, I got to stop doing that. Do you have a way that you can turn it around and look at it from a different perspective? Look at it as a way that you can face it and rise, or look at it a way that it's false evidence appearing real. So think of, when you're worried and you're in a state of fear, you're now in that negative frame mind, and that's what you're putting out and what you're going to get back. Remember our boomerang effect, whatever we're feeling is what we're projecting and is what is going to get projected back to us. So when you're looking at the fear, there's a lot of things that you can be afraid of. Like when Brad passed, for the very first time in my entire life, here I was, 50 years old, and for the first time in my entire life, I was living by myself. I was completely responsible. I had no roommates. I wasn't sharing barracks with anybody. I wasn't sharing a house with anybody. It was just me. You think I was scared? Hell yeah. What do I do? All of a sudden, I'm responsible for the decisions. All of a sudden, I'm responsible for all the stuff that Brad used to take care of, all the technical stuff I now had to learn. Fortunately, he has 3 very intelligent boys who are very good with technology stuff. So being able to utilize them from time to time on things and able to utilize their muscles to help move stuff. So it wasn't as bad as what it could have been had I been completely on my own with no friends or family close by. So I was very, very grateful for the friends and family I had close by, and I was able to lean on them a little bit to help me through things. But it's, take the time. Even though I was afraid of what was happening, I had no idea what was happening. I wasn't really prepared for that time. I knew it would come eventually. I just didn't expect it that soon. And I think part of me did know it. to be honest. I think part of me did know it, but there was still that fear of facing the unknown and not knowing what was I going to do now that I was living by myself for the first time in my life. So that was kind of a scary place to be, but it was sort of like, just got to get in there. Fortunately for me too, I also had my parents with me for the first 4 weeks. They were helping me sort through a lot of stuff, and I really don't, to be honest, all I know is that Mum took over the kitchen and made sure that we had meals on the table. My dad took over organising the garage, which was horrendous. There was a lot of boxes and furniture in there. They helped me organise stuff to get sold. They just helped me sort through so much stuff. I don't remember a lot of their visit, except for the fact that we sorted through a ton of stuff, did multiple trips to the Goodwill, sold a lot of stuff. And what else did we do? Oh, we did go to the zoo one day. Went to the safari park, had our first visit to the safari park. I think that was the only... Yeah, most of the time I think we spent at the house sorting through stuff. All I know is that my garage looked phenomenal when they left. It really did. They did a phenomenal job with that, and I'm forever grateful that they came over and did that. But then after they left, I think I had a week by myself, and then my really good friend Christy came out from back east, and she spent a week with me getting all my accounting books up to date because they were so out of date. I just had stacks of statements, and she just went through and pulled all the information in there, made sure everything was all up to date for me. So I'm forever grateful for her for doing that, because it's helped me a lot, because I don't like doing books. So to have somebody that could do that for me was awesome. And I don't remember much of what we did. I know we watched a lot of movies, as well as her doing all the work and stuff and me just like pottering around. And I don't really remember much of the rest of November or the rest of December. I do remember on my birthday going and getting a box of See's candy, because Brad had started that tradition with me and having the worst experience possible. But, it was all about facing what was the situation I was in and finding a way to pull myself through it. And it was facing those fears of uncertainty, those fears of what does the future hold for me now. But it was, like face it and, like it says, face everything and rise. And that's exactly what I think I did. I was sort of like, well, how am I going to get through this? It's sort of like, we've got to hit it head on. And for some reason, I don't like the term widow. I don't know, it's almost like an old person term, to be honest. It's an old person term, and I don't know of another word that would describe it, but I didn't want to be the typical widow that wallows. I didn't want to be a wallowing widow. I wanted to be... I wanted to maintain my super fantastic sparklingness, because I had earned that. I had got that the hard way. But at that time, I was in so much fear, I think it was, as well as all the grief and everything, that I didn't know how I was going to do it. But I just kept moving forward every day. I faced up. What was it? I faced everything that came my way and just figured out a way around and got to it and did it. So with FEAR, face everything and rise. Just face it head on. Find a way to turn it around into a positive situation, or to turn your thoughts around. If you were tuned in yesterday, you would have heard this. It was yesterday or the day before. We talked about gratitude and taking a situation, and even though you're in a fearful place, finding a reason to be grateful for it. I wouldn't be the person I am today without all the stuff that I've been through, with all the fear and everything I've been through. And I'm grateful for those times that I went through, the growth and everything that I went through, because I wouldn't be the person I am today. I wouldn't be living in this RV. I honestly don't know where I would be without it. So take those fears, find a way to be grateful for the situation. Look at the situation from a different perspective of gratitude. Because when you look at a fearful situation from a place of gratitude and love, it will then turn around, and gratitude and love helps chase away the negativity. So that's one way you can make it positive. So face everything and rise. That's your mindset for today. Face everything and rise. Your business challenge is, it's done. It's Friday. Those last minute projects that you want to get finished this week, today is the day to get them done. Get them done. It's Friday. We want to have a weekend with nothing on our business list. So get up there and get those last minute projects done. I've got projects that are continuing through the weekend. You've seen my board. It's getting rearranged almost on a daily basis, and stuff added to it and stuff taken off it, which is awesome. It's what always looks so full, because I do stuff on it and then I take stuff off and go do it. Oh, actually, I've got another one I can go take off today too, because I've already done that one today. There you go. There's another one. Done. Yes. I saved that one just for you guys. So I now got another spot on my board. Got to go fill that one up. So today's Friday is fun. Your business challenge is it's done. It's that finish up Friday thing, finish it Friday. So make sure those last little minute projects that you can, might take you 15, 20 minutes to complete, go get them done. So you can end the week with sort of on a really high positive note, going, look at what I got accomplished this week. And your fun activity is fresh air. It's as simple as that. I was sitting here during the training and watching all these RVs leave on one side, and I was watching bubbles float by on the other side of me as the kids next door were blowing bubbles. And I was like, yes. And the sunlight was catching them. They were nice big bubbles, and the sunlight was catching them. And they had the rainbow on the surface of it. They were gorgeous. And so afterwards, I remembered, I wanted to take a picture of, I should have taken a before picture before the RVs left my street today. But I opened up the window and the screen and put the phone out there to take a picture of before all the RVs started arriving. I've got to show you something really cute. Look at this. Look at how she's sitting. Hi, sweetie girl. She's just sitting there watching the view. But that window behind her, I actually opened that, and actually I wonder if we can see it here now. Hey, sweetie girl. Opened it, and so I could get a picture of how empty that left side of the street is. So you've got those two RVs close by and the one way further down, and there's about 4 or 5 lots in between. So, and we've already had people. Look at that pretty face. Hey, sweetie girl. She's sitting so pretty. But we've already had a couple of vehicles go down there checking out the sites to say they didn't want to go there, or they may have gone to ones further around the corner where we can't see. But that's how empty my street looks this morning. So we'll have a look at it again this evening to see how full it got, because we've got 300 vehicles coming in today. So that's going to be interesting to see. But walking around this morning, it was like a dessert. But when I open, like a dessert, desert, empty, whatever. It's Friday. Brain doesn't operate properly on Fridays. But I had opened the window to take the picture, and I moved the screen, and there was this waft of fresh air coming. And I was like, we are opening windows today and getting fresh air. We are airing out the RV today. And I thought, what a great fun thing to do. If you can get outside and enjoy the fresh air, do so. I don't care if it's raining, if it's snowing. Hail, yes, I would have a problem with that because that hurts. And thunder and lightning, yeah, I don't go out in the thunder and lightning. But if it's any other weather type, as long as you don't get blown off your feet, go outside and enjoy the fresh air. Just take, 5 minutes. Just stand out there in the fresh air and just breathe in, hold it, breathe in for the count of 4, hold it for the count of 2, and release it for the count of 4. Just take those deep cleansing breaths. And if you're able to at your place, open up the windows and the doors and let the fresh air run through the house. I mean, we've been cooped up for so long. And in Florida, I don't get days like this often, but currently it's like 33% humidity right now. So I'm like, yes. So I've got the windows open, about to go and open the door, which Zeffie will love because she will then, because right now it's closed, but she likes to sit here on the top step with her feet on the front and look out the screen there once it's opened. And just there, and that's another favourite place for her to sit. If she's not on the dash, she's there if the door's open. So I'm going to open that up for her. And my dog will be sitting there until it gets a little too warm and a little too humid for us to keep the windows and doors open. But for now, we are airing out Sparkles today and letting the fresh air run through. There's a beautiful, gentle breeze blowing. And so it's going to be nice to be able to air the place out. So today's fun is all about fresh air. If you can get outside and take deep breaths in the fresh air for about 5 minutes. 5 minutes. That's all you need, 5 minutes. It is very energizing, very refreshing to be able to do that. If you can't get outside, stand next to an open window and do it. Open up the windows. Then go inside and open up doors and windows and let the breeze blow through the house, through the apartment. Just get that fresh air circulating, because things have been so stale lately with everybody being cooped up inside. I understand in some cold places where they may still have snow up in the north. Just think how refreshing and embracing it would be. Just go stand outside 5 minutes. Get some of that, One of my favourite things when I was growing up was taking hikes up on the mountain. Shh, don't tell my parents. But we used to live at the base of Mount Taranaki in New Zealand. And if you're looking at the map of New Zealand and you look at the North Island and the west coast side comes out and there's this little hump, we lived on the northern point of that little hump, and Mount Taranaki was in the middle of the hump that's on the side of the west coast of the North Island. And we used to go up to the mountain quite often on weekends and do hiking trails and that. And the first time we went up on the mountain, though, was for a school trip. We were the first intermediate school or middle school to overnight on the mountain. And we actually got rained out the first night. We got flooded. But I will tell you this, there was nothing like scooping up fresh water out of the rivers, out of the flowing river, the rivers where the water's running, not where it's still, but where it was running, and drinking it. It was beautiful, fresh glacial water. Oh my gosh, it was gorgeous. It was so yummy. But the air up there was so clean and crisp, and I love those clean, crisp mornings when it's cold outside and you just throw on a sweater and you go and stand outside and just like shiver a little bit for 5 minutes and then go back inside and warm up. That quick coldness, and the only way I can get close to that some days is just to take a cold shower. There's nothing like taking a cold shower in the morning. Talk about wake you up, wake the brain up, and your brain is firing on all cylinders at that point. So take the time right now, if you can, to go outside, grab some fresh air. If you can't get outside, at least open windows indoors and allow breezes to come in. Or stand, and if you don't want to let the heat escape out of the house because you're in a cold area, just open up a window and stand there for 5 minutes breathing in the cold air. You'll be surprised at how the brain suddenly goes, whoa, I'm awake, let's go do some stuff. And then just go have fun. Just have fun. Go find something fun to do today. If you're able to do it outside, go do it. If you're not, find a way to get some fresh air and get it into your lungs. Air out the house. Just have fun today with the fresh air as much as you can. Okay, I've rambled on for long enough. I'm out of here. I've got a ton to do today, including laundry. Didn't make it to the grocery store yesterday, so that's probably going to be pushed away till Sunday, because Friday and Saturday, the first 2 days of the month, are not the greatest days to go to the store, especially Fridays and Saturdays. So we'll probably go Sunday morning, or we might be brave enough to go out later this afternoon. But I do have to stop by the gate at some point today to pick up my new placard with my new departures date for next Friday. So I can display that in the window of the car and the RV. So that's it from me for today. For now, I will catch you guys later on this afternoon. Have a super fantastic sparkling day. He konera.